Hello there, Kangaroo Bros, and welcome to the next edition to our The Legend of Zelda RooView series. After exploring the 3D world of Hyrule on the Nintendo 64, it's about time to revisit the handheld games in the series. Let's take a look at the Nintendo Color Game Boy titles Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Both games see the return of our A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening hero, Roo, as he is embarking on an adventure leading him through time itself. It seems like Nintendo really is into this whole time travel shtick. The fun part about the Oracle games is that the games can be connected by a special password. Meaning, beating one game allows you to kinda carry your save game over to the other game. I myself started with Oracle of Ages first, for no special reason actually, so let's take a look at the game itself. Oracle of Ages opens up with a cutscene of Roo being summoned by the Triforce. The Triforce asks me to help out with a situation in the far land of Labrina and sends me off to start my adventuresome quest. It is great to meet our little green friend again, and it seems nothing much changed after his adventure in A Link to the Past. Something fits into this hole. Don't do it, Roo. Anyhow, I end up in Labrina and run into Zelda's nursemaid Impa. She wasn't around in A Link to the Past, right? Impa asks me for help as she's trying to find the singer Nayru. We find said diva and take a little break to listen to some fine tunes. But oh noes! It turns out that Impa is a heel. She is possessed by the evil sorceress Viren. The big meanie possesses Nayru and she reveals that the singer is actually the Oracle of Ages. What a surprise! Her being named after one of the three goddesses wasn't a dead giveaway. Viren explains her evil plan of using Nayru's powers to travel back in time to fuck shit up. And you guessed it, she goes on to do just that. Now Impa is herself again and explains to me that I have to talk to the Great Mako Tree to figure out how to stop Viren. Impa helps me out further by giving me a gift from Princess Zelda, a wooden sword. That's not the first time Zelda gave me wood, if you know what I mean.
Nice.
Before I meet up with the Mako Tree, I first take a look around Lena City. There isn't much here we haven't seen before in a Zelda game. There is a shop I can't steal from this time around, that sucks, and there is this mother who wants me to name her child. Yeah, let a stranger name your child. That's always a good idea. Fart. I'm so funny. Well, let's move on. I make my way to the Mako Tree and get to familiarize myself with the game. Killing enemies to open doors? Check. Shove stones around to progress? Check. Heart pieces? Check. Seems like the usual Legend of Zelda stuff to me. Oh look! A giant talking tree! That's something new. I talk to the Mako Tree, but it suddenly disappears. I now have to travel to the past myself and bump into one of Nayru's friends, Ralph. Like everyone else in this game, he keeps calling me an idiot. That's not nice. So I'm in the past version of Lena City now, Lena Village, and it also turns out that the good people here are building a giant structure, the Black Tower. I guess the Dark Tower was already taken, huh? I learned that Viren, disguised as Nayru, managed to gain the Queen's trust. She's now using her powers to stop time, to have the people of Labrina working on that tower non-stop. Why is Viren building that tower? Something about reaching the heavens to get the powers of darkness. I don't know, dude. I don't get it either. And that's a stupid plan. You know, just because there is an eternal day, it doesn't mean that people can't get tired. You don't need it to be night to go to bed. Just saying. I end up saving the Mako Tree and earn its eternal thanks and affection. Great. Back in the present, the Mako Tree explains that I have to find 8 essences of time to stop Viren's evil plan. That's something I can do. So let's go. My first stop is at the Yol Graveyard, where I discover the Spirit Cave, the first dungeon in the game. Let's see. Puzzles? Check. Skellimans? Check. Snakes? I mean ropes? Check. Mini-boss battles? Check. Well, that's all you can want from a Zelda game, right? I also pick up the Power Croissant in the first dungeon and face the first boss in the game. a jack-o'-lantern. Okay, why not? I get the first essence of time, the eternal spirit for beating him, and move on to my next stop, the second dungeon. Whoops! Too bad there isn't a way to go back in time to try to reach the dungeon in the past. Oh wait, there is. I sniff around Nairu's house and find the legendary Harp of Ages. A pre-recorded message of Nairu tells me that this item allows me to activate those neat time portals to travel through time. Isn't that nice? I use my new toy to travel to the past and even get an audience with the kingdom's queen, Ambi. She's not very bright. Let's just leave aside that she completely trusts Viren. But she's giving bombs to a kid. I'm sure nothing could go wrong with that. Anyhow, I reach the second dungeon again and make my way through it. I do get Rock's feather here and get to do some fun color puzzles before I face the next boss. And how I hate that guy. Just saying. Beating him grants me the second essence, the Ancient Wood. I know there is a PP joke in there. Somewhere. I just can't find it. My next stop is on the Crescent Island. Getting there isn't easy though, since I need a raft to get there. To build this raft, I have to use my time travel abilities and collect the Zora flippers and some waterproof rope. On my search for those items, I run into this big blue bear dude. His name is Moosh, and with his help, I'm now able to float over holes. He also has this Mario 64-esque bum attack. But Moosh isn't the only animal companion I meet in this game. Just look at that. There is a kangaroo in a Zelda game. How awesome is that? This guy's name is Ricky, and I love him. Ricky can scale cliffs and has this neat tornado punch ability. Sadly, Ricky takes off after I get out all the items I need to build the raft. But let's not get sidetracked. I make my way to the Crescent Island, but shipwreck in a storm. I guess Roo should just stay away from ships. These lizard assholes steal my gear, and just like in Majora's Mask, I have to go through a bullshit trading sequence to get my stuff back. Nothing much happens in the third dungeon besides me picking up a seed shooter. I'm sure there's another PP joke in there. I get the third essence, the Echoing Howl, and meet the third animal companion in the game, the red Dodongo Dimitri. Dimitri helps me to get back to the mainland, and I learn that the Black Tower's construction is almost completed in the past. Guess I should hurry now. My way to the fourth dungeon leads me to Symmetry City, a place where everything has to be in balance. I even get a new tune for my harp here, allowing me to travel to the present whenever I want. Cool. The fourth dungeon holds the hookshot-like switch hook for me, and I duke it out with its laughable boss. Luckily, the next dungeon is right around the corner on the so-called Rolling Ridge. This is the home of the Gorons. Investigating the area in the past, it turns out that their elder was trapped on the rocks, and it's now up to me to help him. Hang on a second. I thought Gorons feed on rocks. Why doesn't he just eat his way out? That would be too easy, I guess. I have to travel to the future, or present, and beat up the evil King Moblin to get a bomb flower to save the elder in the past. In return, I get the crown key to open the next dungeon. The Cane of Somaria can be found in here, and I have to give credit where credit is due. They use this item for some really fun puzzles. Killing the boss of the dungeon does not end my stint in the Rolling Ridge. It turns out that another dungeon is close by. I have to go through some stupid games and utilize my time travel abilities even more to reach the next dungeon. As its name implies, the Mermaid Cave, I do get a neat swimsuit in here. I also have to go through the dungeon in both the present and the past. Now that's cool. I'm one step closer to save the world as I kill the cave's boss, the nasty Octorok, and get my hands on the next essence. Thankfully, I now have to take a little break from all the dungeon crawling. The Mako tree informs me that Queen Ambi left her palace and that I should use the opportunity to free Nairu from Viren's grip. I sneak into the royal palace and exorcise Viren by blasting her in the face with my seat.
Nice.
Nairu is finally free, but oh no! Viren possesses Ambi. I shall catch them all? What? Is she a Pokemon trainer now? My friends and I escape to the present, and Nairu teaches me the awesome Tune of Ages, allowing me to freely travel to the past and present. That's nice of her. Since Viren is still a threat, I guess I have to continue my search for the remaining essences. I find the next dungeon in the underwater Sora village. Oh look, it's Jabu Jabu! Great. More war. This water dungeon requires me to change its water level a couple of times. We know that's always fun, but has a clever use of the switch hook for its boss fight. Great, that means there's only one dungeon left, and time is running out since the Black Tower's construction finished in the past. What does this remind me of?
That's a penis!
I rush to the ancient tomb to get my hands on the last essence. I get the power glove, I love it, it's so bad, and have to fight the grim fucking Reaper. Again? You doing that on purpose, aren't you, Nintendo? He isn't the dungeon's boss though. That spot goes to this stone dude. He goes down no problem, and with having collected all 8 essences of time, it's about time to return to the Maku tree. She gives me the Maku seed, an item powerful enough to penetrate evil forces, and I make my way to the Black Tower in the past. I free Ambi from Viren's possession and fight the sorceress in her fairy form. Okay, I guess. Viren goes on to further transform into this turtle, this spider, and this bee.
Not the beast! Ah!
But she's no match for me. Viren is dead, the order to the timeline is restored, and the people of Labrina celebrate me as their hero. Look, they even built a neat statue of me. I could get used to that. But wait, there's more. The game ends on a cliffhanger. We get to see the Gerudo Witch's twin rover as they are spying on the recent events. They praise Viren for her efforts as her deeds ignited the mysterious flame of sorrow. Guess we have to wait for the next review to continue the story.